Yeah. B3 is exponential and log. No practical in this one, just algebra. So you're told in the first part that 2 equals 2 log 3x equals log 3y. Show that y equals 9x squared. So I'll delete that show piece now. But what they want you to do is simplify, basically. And they're telling you you should be able to get to y equals 9x squared. So in other words, this is a simplifying problem where we must use our rules of logs. So what I'll do first is I'll bring this 2 up to the x. So I get 2 plus log 3x squared equals log 3y. Now there's many paths you can take. For example, I could change this 2 into log 3 9. What's log 3 9? Well, it's the same as 2. By doing that, I can put these together. But if you don't like that, which I'm sure many of you here don't like it, what I'll do is I'll just take the 2 to the right and the log 3y to the left. Like this. See, I just swap them. I'll multiply both sides by minus. Now, I use my second rule of logs, that when I subtract that log 3, y over x squared equals 2.
So, Stephen,
yep. We take the log of the x squared to the right. It's fine, I'm just tired, so if you do it in less steps, that's fine. Here now, we need to remember what the definition of log is. Remember, we're saying that 3 to the power of 2 is equal to this. So we get 3 to the power of 2 equals y over x squared. So that means 9 equals y over x squared. So that means y equals 9x squared, which is what they wanted. Okay. Give me a minute to write that. That one is probably a little tricky. They're not usually as difficult as that. I mean, it wasn't too difficult, but maybe more difficult than a normal part A of a question. Okay, can I go on to the next part of it, yeah? So the next part is they want you to solve 2 plus 2 log 3x equals log 3 21x minus 10. Okay. Now before I solve it, I'm going to say what I need my x to be. This means x should be positive because of this. And then what about this one? That means x should be bigger than 10 over 21, because you want this to be positive also. If I put the two of these together, which one is more important, or which one matters most? This one here. If x is bigger than 10 over 21, is it also bigger than 0? Yeah. If x is bigger than 0, is it also bigger than 10 over 21? Not necessarily. So we can forget about this and we care about this one here. So if I get more than one answer, I choose only the answer that's bigger than 10 over 21. Now, if you look at this question, this is where this question is really testing who's awake during the exam. You don't write the next line down, okay? Don't write this down. So I go, all right, I'll do, don't write it down. I'll do it in blue. Don't write it down. So I go with, Where's my pen gone?
Right.
Oh no, but the pen is messed up. It's all like big fat marker.
Maybe use the
Hold on, I'll figure. Pen. There we go. That's better. Okay, so we have in blue 2 plus log 3x squared equals log 3 21x minus 10. Then you get log 3x squared minus log 3 21x minus 10 equals minus 2. Does this feel familiar? Does it seem familiar? And then I multiply both sides by minus 1? Does it seem familiar? Yeah, in fact, I'm doing the exact same thing I did in the last part. See, what did I do first? I brought up the 2, then I brought the 2 to the other side, then I did the minus, then I did the power, then I simplified, and I ended up with this. So to save time, why bother doing the same thing again? You know on your computer you can do control H to replace text, right? So you need to replace a word. So if I was doing this like on a computer program, I go copy, paste, and then I need to replace what though? Which one? Replace the Y with this one, 21x minus 10. So can you imagine that? I copy, I paste, and I replace all these Y's. So, we go dot, 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 and now you can write, you get y, which is replaced, equals 9x squared. So I saved a lot of time, a lot of work, and now what type of problem do I have to solve? Which is, as you know, for babies. Right? Babies who know how to use their calculator can solve this. 9x squared minus 21x plus 10 equals 0. So give me the two answers here. Go ahead, babies. Give me the two answers here. So what's the first one? 3x minus 2 and 3x minus 5, yep. So we get x equals 2 over 3 or x equals 5 over 3. And do I accept, reject, or one of each? What do you think? Accept both. Both of these are bigger than 10 over 21. So we have this one. Yeah. So if you think about it, how many marks are for the second part here? 4. But what do I only have to do to get the answer? Solve a quadratic. So you were getting marks not because you solved the quadratic, but because you realized you could use your previous answer. Now, if you didn't, and you did it the long way, like how I was doing it, you still get full marks, but once again you've lost time. Not marks, you've lost time. It's a 2-hour exam, so you've got to be conscious of the time.
But the marking scheme,
marking scheme will give you full marks if you did it the full way or the short way. I'm just saying the price you pay is time. That's what you lose.
Yeah, sure. But sometimes the marking scheme, when you didn't do it, you did minus.
For steps?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. So I mean, for this one, the 4 marks, I would think maybe like 1 mark, 1 mark, 1 mark, something like this, and then 1 mark for using your result to get you started. So I'm saying, if you didn't do that, you would get only 1 mark for all that work you redid. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So you did a lot of work then for 1 mark. Yeah. Okay, will we go to the B part now? Yep. So we have B equals A, E, K, T. And you're told that when T equals 5, V equals 70. And when T equals 8, V equals 130. Find K and A. Oh great, we'll finish with this one, so what should I do first, do you think? Yeah, replace. So we'll put in red this one in first, and you get 70 equals A, E, 5K. And then we put this one in, and we get 130 equals A, E, 8K. So how do I solve this? What method? I should use elimination. But any special trick? The division one again. So we divide both of these. What do you mean, the A's? Yeah, it's the same A and the same K, yeah. Okay, so if I divide here, what cancels? Well, that cancels with that, the 0 cancels with that, and then when you divide, what can you do with the powers? You subtract. So that's E 3K is 13 over 7. Now, how can I cancel an E? Yeah, so I put natural log on both sides and they cancel. So I have 3K equals this, so how can I cancel the 3? Divide by 3. So now I get K equals this big thing here. 0.20, is it? Let's have a look here. 0.206, yeah. So K equals 0.206. Now we still have to find A. So what I'll do is I'll put this back into, I don't know, the second equation. So I get 70 equals A, E, 5 times 0.206. So I can get the A here. The A is 70 over E power 5 times that number. So here I'll get A equals 24.9. Yeah? So finally is to find V when T is 12. So you get V equals A, E, K, T. Yeah? Let's just double check. What did you get? It depends how many decimal places you use in the calculation. If I type exactly this in on my calculator, it would come out as 295 if I go to 3 significant figures. Yeah. So 295 if you go 3 significant figures. Let me see. Yeah, so the speed I went at today, so you have an idea of your pace. Today's speed is the speed you should be doing in the exam, because I did, if you just wait, no, don't do the packing up thing your teacher doesn't like, just listen. I did, let's see, let me